had one of those days or maybe weeks where you just feel like you're going through the motions, where that spark you used to have for your work just isn't there? Well, today we're going to dig into Simon Sinek's Find Your Why, which is basically a practical guide to rediscovering that purpose behind everything you do.
The whole journey really starts with this one simple question. And I want you to actually think about it for a second. This isn't about your to-do list or the meetings you have to get to. It's deeper. It's the real, fundamental reason you do what you do. So why does getting this right matter so much?
Well, to even begin to answer that question, Sinek argues we need to get one thing straight first. And it's a distinction that might seem kind of small, but trust me, it changes everything. The difference between happiness and fulfillment. Think about it this way. Closing a big deal or finally getting that promotion, it feels fantastic, right? That's happiness. It's awesome, but it's like a sugar rush, a temporary high that comes from what we achieve. But fulfillment, that's different. That's that deep, lasting satisfaction that comes from why we're doing it in the first place. It's the feeling that our work actually matters, that it's part of something bigger than just us.
And this is a core belief in Sinek's work, and it's a really powerful one. This feeling of fulfillment, it isn't just for a lucky few people. His whole point is that every single one of us has the right to feel fulfilled by the work we do. The real goal is to figure out how to make that happen. So how do we actually do that? How do we get there? Well, Sinek gives us a map for this whole journey. It's a simple but incredibly powerful tool he calls the Golden Circle.
The idea is actually pretty straightforward. Every single person, every organization on the entire planet operates on these three levels. You've got the what on the outside, the how in the middle, and right there at the very center, the why.
Now here's the crucial part. Pretty much everyone knows what they do, right? You know, the products you sell, the services you offer, your job title. Some people know how they do it. That's their secret sauce, their unique value proposition. But very, very few people or companies can clearly articulate why they do what they do. And let's be clear, the why isn't about making money, that's just a result. The why is the purpose, the cause, the belief that inspires you to get out of bed in the morning.
Okay, get ready for this, because this is where it gets really, really cool. The Golden Circle isn't just some clever business theory. It's actually rooted in human biology. It maps perfectly to the way our brains are built.
So that what? Circle on the outside. That lines up perfectly with our neocortex, the newest part of our brain that's responsible for all the rational, analytical thought and language. But the why and how in the middle, they correspond to our limbic system, which is where all our feelings come from, things like trust and loyalty. It's also the part of the brain that drives all our behavior and decision-making. This is literally why we get a gut feeling that just feels right, even when we can't explain it with facts and figures. The feeling comes from the part of the brain that drives us, but has no capacity for language. Let me tell you a quick story from the book that just makes this whole idea click. One of the authors, Peter, meets a guy named Steve on a plane. Now, Steve has been selling steel for 23 years. His whole sales pitch is about the what, the purity of the metal, the efficient manufacturing, and honestly, it's fine. But you can just tell there's no spark. It doesn't inspire anyone, especially not Steve himself.
So Peter helps him reframe it, starting with why. Instead of just selling steel, Steve's purpose was to responsibly use our planet's resources to leave it healthy for his children. The steel was just how he did that. And bam, Steve's work was suddenly reconnected to his deepest values. It just goes to show you the incredible power of starting with why.
All right, so I know what you're probably thinking. This all sounds great in theory, but how in the world do you actually find your own why? That's what we're going to dive into right now, the practical, step-by-step process. The book lays out this really clear 3-step process. First, you gather specific, meaningful stories from your past. Then, you look for the recurring themes that tie those stories together. And finally, you draft your why statement. And here's a really important thing to remember. You're not inventing your why, you're discovering it.
And that's the absolute key right there. Your why is already fully formed inside you. It's the sum of your life experiences, the lessons you've learned, the people who have shaped you. It's all about looking backward to find the clear path forward.
I absolutely love this metaphor. The idea is that you have to pan for gold in the river of your past. You're sifting through all those big moments, the incredible highs and, yeah, the really challenging lows too. And you're looking for those little golden nuggets. Those are the recurring themes, the patterns that show you who you are when you're at your absolute best. These nuggets are the building blocks of your why.
So after you've done all that panning for gold, the final step is to melt all those nuggets down into one clear, concise, and really powerful statement. Your purpose, captured in a single sentence. And this is the format. It's so beautiful in its simplicity. It's designed to capture the absolute essence of your purpose. To do this so that that happens.
Let's unpack that for a second. The first part, the to blank, that's your contribution. It's the action you take, the value you bring to the world. The second part, the so that blank, is the impact. It's the effect your contribution has on other people. And notice something really important here. It's always pointed outward. It's about the effect you have on the world, not just on yourself.
To make this super clear, let's just look at Simon Sinek's own why statement. His contribution is to inspire people to do the things that inspire them, and the impact of that, so that together we can change our world. See how that works? It's clear, it's actionable, and you can see how it acts as a compass for everything he creates and does.
And this is why this whole exercise matters so much. When you actually put your why into words, it stops being this vague feeling, and it becomes a real guiding principle. It becomes a filter for your decisions, a huge source of inspiration, and a way to truly connect with others who believe what you believe. Ultimately, when you boil it all down, this is really a journey into your own story, to find that thread of purpose that's actually been there all along. Your past holds the key. The only question is, are you ready to go find it?